Hello there. We're back. I'm glad we have this little story so far thing happening every single time. The trail has led them to a ruin inside the centre of a dangerous river vortex, known as the Cyclones. But what was Renbar doing here, and why did he want Miari to follow him? And where is Renbar? Is he dead? Who knows? Welcome back to Heaven's Vault, which my brain keeps saying Heaven's Gate, but it's Heaven's Vault, and I hope I haven't said Heaven's Gate in any of these videos. But who knows? Probably, maybe I have. I've mislabeled a few files along the way, I'll tell you that. It's interesting when it expects me to use a controller, everything's a little bit bigger. But as soon as it recognizes I want to use keyboard and mouse, it goes into sort of a smaller presentation. Anyway, where we left off, I believe we were still in the ruined house with some things to uncover. We're making a little bit of progress with our translations of things. That's it, the language side of the game, but only a tiny bit. But I am looking forward to more of that. I do get excited whenever I see something to translate. I'm also playing this game I'm playing this next hour in a bit of a window of time where basically in just over an hour a delivery window opens up for my shopping. So hopefully it won't cross into that, and I'll get this all done and recorded, and it won't be a bother. So we were in this house, which we think Renbar was in. Someone was sleeping here. There was somebody upstairs who appeared. I mean, there wasn't someone upstairs, but from the evidence, it appeared there was at some point someone upstairs who was crouching down on a bed and scrawled, "I hate strangers." Now, "I hate strangers" was what I believe, is this it? "Take me home." And that was written on the map. Downstairs. Scratched in the wall, is this it? "I fear stranger." Yeah. Anyway, that's what we can't. There's a lot of guesswork still, as I've said a couple of times, and we're sort of building upon our guesswork to do more guesswork. And occasionally it's worked, and at least one time it hasn't, because one of our words, I think, got denied. So goddess doesn't have a question mark, so that is a confirmed word. This word definitely means god or goddess. It'll probably be interchangeable because we had emperor and empress, I think, as well, that were kind of semi-interchangeable. There was a body. Again, we didn't see a body, but the evidence is that there was a body here who may have been too frail to go back upstairs again, so they kind of made a home and a bed here, and we think the body was taken. Let's see. The house has been built right up against this rock face. Must have been cold here. Whoever lived here in this place would have kept their fire burning constantly. I wonder what they did for wood. I wonder if we'll find out, or if that's just a ponder. So yeah, we've been finding some stuff. There's been like a map on the wall, like a couple of things, some inscriptions which are useful, and we're heading this way, and we can see there's a bunch of stuff in this room and a chest here. Oh, a question. Let's ask the question first. Can your tracks handle this kind of terrain, Six? Excellently. Whoever designed my tracks appears to have had this kind of ground in mind. Great. What should we say to that? If I get tired of walking, maybe you can carry me. If you get tired, I will hopper you back to the ship. Right, box time. This looks interesting. Beautifully made. Much nicer than everything else here. I estimate it to be hollow, mistress. There's something inscribed on the lid. My favourite kind of thing to find. Let's try and fuck this up. Might be a clue as to what's inside. Ah, crap. Coffer lid. Let me think. Now let's just go over here first. These things, yes. I was going to say, these kind of like meteorites, super commas, we might call them, as I check I'm recording. Excuse me, we've only seen once, because I remember blessing came up. And blessing is not confirmed, but we called it blessing. I can't remember what the context was. One of the hard things so far about this game is you'll get this kind of word, phrase, whatever it is, and it'll be like, oh, here are some related words. And the related words are also kind of hypotheses. They're not confirmed yet. And can I remember the context of why I hypothesized what these words were? Like some of them I think holy I feel much more strongly about, because I think it was hinted to us that it would be related. I think the phrase that came from was Holy Emperor. And it was sort of, what the hell has just appeared in the background? It's 6. It just looked weird. But blessing, I think, was much more vague, and together, I think, much more vague. In my memory, which is not great, as you know, I don't think we had very good reasons for blessing all together. Anyway, and there's another little sort of conjunction-y thing there. So let's start over here. Right, it's got a lot in common with what we've called temple. And it's books, treasures. What else have we got? Buried. So temple more likely to have books or treasures. It may be treasures, to be honest. And like buried treasure, that might be a connection. Like the cachet of the temple. 6, can you stop moving? It's freaking me out. I'm going to go treasures. Oh, what's the alternate? Jewel. Book. Down. Okay. All right. Temporarily treasures. Very tentative logic to that. Again, I think very small word phrase, like tiny bit of script to the character. I think this is conjunction. I think this is just a joining word. So I think something like of, which I think is really a preposition. But you know what I mean? Like it's a not a substantial word. It's a linking word for other parts of the sentence. So I'm going to go with of, just based on its smallness. Interesting. Great. I think the reason I went towards blessing partly is because it looks kind of like the sun raining down. That was what I kind of saw, or something holy raining down. I know that means holy. You know what? That just visually, that's what I was getting from it. I can't remember the context of blessing. I'll have to have a little look at all the other words we've put in our temporary words here. Okay, treasures of, I think something like great. Let's just look at the last word. Interesting. So we've got the kind of wateriness. I mean, water has value. So instead of like a 9-shaped comma, it's more of a 6-shaped inverted comma, I guess, with an extra bit. Would these people think water was valuable? Truthful? If it's going with treasure, it might be more value-based. Maybe. Let's go with value for now, and let's say great. But what I really want to do is like color code these in terms of how strongly I feel about them, so that when they appear another time, I sort of instantly know how we're feeling. I'm really enjoying the language. It's a little bit overwhelming, and I have like at least a dozen words now, probably more like 20 something words, maybe, scattered in my hypothetical lexicon, of varying confidences. And at some point, I'm going to have to review them and start moving things around. And that's going to be quite difficult because I'm going to have to sort of compare notes. I paused there because my brain started thinking Excel sheet. Make an Excel sheet. Maybe you should make an Excel sheet. And then the other part of my brain was like, well, how are you going to put these symbols in the Excel sheet? And that's a good question, both parts of my brain. I kind of want to have an Excel sheet with all these things in and then like have the different colors, as I said, about the 6. Would you just stop? And then be able to see them all at the same time and be like, oh, or make little notes about why I thought certain things. I don't know, maybe between episodes I can make an Excel sheet and they'll do this. But again, these symbols are going to be quite tricky. Okay, something to think about. Treasures of great value. Miari will be most excited by this find, mistress. Whatever proves to be inside. Let's not keep this to ourselves. Let's something to put a smile on Miari's face. Something to put a smile on Miari's face at last. Maybe this will make up for that there being no sign of Rembar. Reply? I think it's a reliquary. A place to put your belongings when you die. The idea is that you get them back when you return. That's what the loopers say anyway. Okay, so there's more to this loop than just the rise and fall of an empire. It's like they actually think, okay, shall I try and lift up the lid instead of asking 6 to do it? Let's see if I can shift it. Curses. All right, let's get 6 to help. I mean, 6 is... Is 6... How much of 6 is physical? Like, the body and the arms are physical, but what about his head and his hands? Are they really there? All right, well, let's get 6 to open it. Open it up, then, 6. I saw that there was an option to use the lever. Not locked, mistress, but stiff. And I lack fingers for leverage. Oh, maybe the fingers aren't real. Don't you have an attachment for prying? You don't have an attachment for prying? Something you could stick into your arm sockets? My first robot had those. Perhaps I could find something on the ship. Right, I'm going to try the iron poker, which I believe is something I picked up, and then I was like, I don't know where this goes because I don't have an inventory. I'll try the iron poker. I might be able to snap the lock. Here we go. Mistress, is it moving? Yeah, it's definitely shifting. Here goes then. Hooray! Look inside. Let's see.
And there it was, just lying there. The greatest treasure I ever found.
Go on. 6. Look at this.
From inside the coffer, from the distant past of the nebula's once great empire.
Incredible.
It was a crown.
The eagle and sun motif. Just like Janiki's brooch. The mark of the empire. Could this be the crown of Iox itself? Bim. What's this crown doing out here? Did Janiki bring it here and hide it? I sort of pressed 2 and 3 at the same time by accident. Was this a seat of power in the Empire? This place? It doesn't seem possible. There's something written along the blah, 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 blah. Oh, my God. Okay, let's look at the whole thing before we start blocking stuff out. Okay, if it's related to the emperor, it could be law. Law of... Bloody hell. Well, this is emperor. We thought this might be place at one point, I think. Like a positioning thing. Great. So if this was like position of the emperor, great. If this is a kind of intensifier, this super comma. People, so it's like empire, maybe, like place of the emperor, greatness, something. So law of the empire. Now it gets a bit, well, it's got the sort of the love symbol. Treasures, if that was shiny, shines. Love shines, prospers, maybe. Love, people, shines, kind of. Bright. This would all, if it's like got a shininess in treasures and prosper and this, that bright might make sense. So what was this? Like law of the empire, prospered. Any other? Should is interesting. Future or should. Prospered, bright, of. We thought this might be sun, didn't we? Well, I thought this might be. I thought it looked like a sun, but bright, place, bright, circle, sun. Oh my God. All right, let's just go with that. Let's go with that. So, law of the empire. Maybe it shines. I'm feeling like the shininess and the brightness is a part of the word, not the whole word. So I think prospered maybe includes a shininess in its meaning. Bright. Of sun. Law of empire. Prospered, bright of sun. Prospered. Via of sun. Cutter, barrel, piece. Those weren't the words we had before, were they? So I think obvious. I think when we get the words twice, we have to be very mindful of the overlap in the words we're given. And I'll show you in a minute. When we just temporarily block this in, I'll show you, because of appeared in the last one, and we can talk about it. But there's going to be some kind of Venn diagram of possible words. And we've got to look for the overlap as well. Sun. Prospered, bright of sun. Let's put this in for now. Does law of empire, prospered, bright of sun make sense? But the lost crown of the empire... that went missing along with the last emperor after the fall of Iox. Could it really be? In it goes. Oh. All right, let's look at the inscriptions. Let's just... wow, it wasn't that long ago I found this. Okay. In the coffer lid, there was the word of. Right? Okay, never mind. I tried to open up my my program that lets me write on the screen, but this game doesn't seem to. if I'm not on this program, it just minimizes itself. I can't have two things going on at once. So never mind. Okay. Because I was going to try and draw the things. But anyway, we've got, in this instance of the word of, we've got of, or slicer, barrel, or piece. Barrel/box. So let me just write that down for myself on this piece of paper. So of, slicer, barrel, piece, right? In the phrase, treasures of great value. So it could be treasure box. Let's put another word there for a minute. Jewel box. Jewel of great value. Yeah, so there's a jewel inside, so I feel pretty confident about that. Of great. Okay, we don't know about value. I like great or enormous. How do we tell the difference between great and enormous? I mean, there's a lot of these characters. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll come back to that in a minute. I'm not making, this is not the point I'm making right now. Of. These are the 4 words that this character could be, right? Now we go over to here. Yeah. Very nice. And we go back to of. And this is of, piece, barrel, or cutter. So piece and barrel are the same. And instead of cutter, this might be slicer, which is basically the same. Yeah, okay, that is the same. That is the same. So where else do we have other similar symbols? Maybe my thought about... Let's have a look at this. No, that's not a thing at all. That's not a thing with a... Was it this one? I want to find something with a symbol that I've had twice. A goddess is locked in, annoyingly. Okay, the brooch has holy, question mark. But it could be friend. But it is emperor, so I'm feeling pretty confident about holy. Does this have holy? Empress, buried, rebels. I'm going to struggle now. I think this has holy. Tick. Why is that ticked? Did we just tick that now? Did we literally just tick that right now? Water. What just happened? Yeah, that was question mark before, but now it got ticked. Why did that happen? What is happening? Holy Emperor. What did we just do? What did we just do? Do we need to be doing more of this? Yeah, 2 things just disappeared from my unsolved because we worked out holy. So the Annals of Mazwai. I don't remember this. No, I want... No. Translate. Empress, buried, rebels. And I don't think these words have come up before. And treasures we just made up. But we are getting more words that we can cross-reference. I know that, like, these these words were probably guessed from this word. So we're sort of going in a circular pattern, really, I guess. So it's water that's not confirmed there. And the flagon we said was drink goddess, but goddess was confirmed. I'm going to just double check I know what a flagon is, because in my head it was a drinking vessel. but we never saw it. A flagon is a large leather, metal, glass, plastic, or ceramic vessel used for storing and pouring drink. Okay, yeah, so it's kind of, yeah, portable drinking thing. Oh no. Oh no, my order's on the way. But it shouldn't be here. It shouldn't be here soon, or they'll be out of their window. Hardbound book was the something of the Withering Palace. Temple in Withering Palace. Again, we don't know any of these words for sure. Temple does seem more likely, doesn't it? Compared to these words. Sleep in the Withering Palace? Come to the Withering Palace. Come via the Withering Palace. Come is weird though, isn't it? As a kind of word to use here. Yeah, okay. Maybe chasing all these up right now is not the best plan. We've got solved inscriptions now. No, wait, that was not what happened. How do we get that back? Come back. Solved. One thing. Great. No. This menu's driving me crazy. Okay. I am aware that I am clicking things slightly badly, but nonetheless. So Holy Emperor is the only thing we definitely have the entire translation for. Everything else has either all or partly guessed translations. Okay, let me just talk to Six again. Six, what's going on? Is this cram what Mieri wanted us to find? Is that why she sent us out here looking? Mistress, I will have to tell her, mistress. Her motives hardly matter. All right, I said we were going to tell her. Okay, bunch of stuff in here. Starting with nothing. Bunch of axes. All right, this seems like the stuff. A workbench with 5 things on it. A workbench. Whoever lived here would have needed to be self-sufficient. Then they would have needed water. Mistress. Why are you always facing a weird direction? Oh, there's something up there. Question. Do you think Janiki found the crown, Six? I do not think that coffer has been opened in at least 500 years, mistress. But he must have known it was here. Why else come? Reply. Perhaps Janiki took something else with him. Before whatever happened to him happened. Then that other item is most likely lost. Thanks. Great. Right, what's this thing up here? I can't... A glint. Looks like a knife. There's something up here. A blade? A dagger. A little corroded, but beautifully crafted. With an eagle and sun. Is there an inscription? Looks like there's an inscription on it. I can barely make the letters out. They're so small. Did something vibrate in real life? Oh, it would have been my controller, wouldn't it? Is this what just happened? Let's open a fresh diet Pepsi Max and... Okay, so if I'm correct, because we've got an engraving on the screen when it's like engraved like this, this is our opportunity to get something right. Now we know what goddess is, so we could try law. I mean, law's the only thing that's going to fit in here. And law is definitely a guess. I mean, we're locked in here. We can't change our mind about what law is, I don't think. So let's shove it in and see what happens. Yes? I believe you can be confident of your translation for law now, mistress. Excellent. 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 I should look at the words we've so like the word for holy and the word for law are both locked in. We're happy with them. We know they're true. They're very similar. They've both got this kind of question mark, and they both got this kind of clear. Why has that word left me? I had the word last time I used it. Plesiosaur type thing, looking from the front. If you imagine like those kind of long-necked swimming dinosaur-like things. Like, you can't see my arms going, but yeah, this is the neck, and you're looking at it like from the front, so its body goes into the distance, but these are its like long flappy arms, and it's like plesiosaur. And these are kind of, and I kind of describe these as like people of increasing stature, maybe. So like these lines are maybe like more ordinary people, or maybe this line is a more ordinary person. This is slightly more important, and then this person with the plesiosaur body is more important. That's kind of how my brain is like passing these in terms of how you build up the characters. I could be completely wrong about that. Anyway, my point is these are very similar. So what do we, at some point in this game, we're gonna have to like pull apart some of the things that go into making these characters and how they function. And if anything, it's confusing me. Holy, if we're going from like what could be sort of more of a priest, emperor type person, and then as we go left, we become a less important person. It's like holy means it's kind of being passed down to the people, but then I guess laws, I don't know. All right, I don't know. This has got one of the big commas, the big curly commas, and a kind of normal comma. Law. Robot's law? It's a dagger, though. Have we got any alternates? New law? Warm law? I mean, robots are very old in this world. Let's try robots war. Treasures. Strong. Strong law? I don't know. I'm now looking at treasures and I'm like, treasures sort of similar. It's got a couple of the similar elements, but it's got the kind of shiny, as I'm thinking of it, symbol as well. So maybe strong? Like an important law? I'm between strong and robot, so I'm going to go with strong. I could still change my mind, but strong law? Okay. Very unclear. Right, where did we come from? We came from there, so let's keep going. Keep our eyes peeled. Nothing to say about my translation, 6? Can we go in this little thing? I know there's also a room to the front. Remark. This is a comfortable space. Wide. Open. Old, mistress.
After the dead air of the house, it was good to see the sky again.
We have found 2 ancient artifacts here, the dagger and the crown. Also, we have located one new location of interest, the site from the mural. I suggest we take the crown to Professor Miari directly. We must also inform her of our theories about Renbar. If you'd like me to activate the hopper now, mistress, would that be acceptable? Now, we've still got more work to do here, 6. There must be more to... Yeah, only because I know there's a door at the other side of the house. I want to know who lived here, who died here, and what happened to Renbar. Starting with the back of the house. Question. So, Oppo is a teleporter. A short distance teleporter, mistress. What's this over here? Question. But what is an hopper? I mean, what's inside it? An interconnected mesh of quantum. Quantium. The quantium creates some kind of field, which the subject is passed through and dissected via. Mistress, does it matter? Reply. You're happy enough to fire off the hopper? Even if you don't know how it works? Don't you care what it does to us? It appears to work, mistress. Okay, don't take us back to the ship. Let's have a look at this channel. Is this channel natural? I don't think it is. Dug out. There must be a wellspring here. A feeble one. One that requires every drop to be used. What's that over there, do you think? Water would have run down the channel. Right past the house. Imagine having a stream of your own. Not a bad way to live. Look at that. If you can withstand the soul-crushing loneliness, there's an inscription. There's an inscription. Emperors. I got distracted. My stupid bloody controller rumbles like Billio over there. I've put it out of the way now because I know I'm not using it. I keep putting it down. I don't know what she said. I'm sorry, right? Emperors was is been. Emperor's been. It's with the little thing underneath it. It looks like a sort of screaming Muppet. So eternal. So we've got blessing. This is a new symbol, this kind of olive. And then we've got this. I'm still on the lookout for how these little markers. My feeling is these little beginning markers that we get, like here, are indicators to what type of word it is. I think I said this before. I don't know if but like, for example, holy is an adjective. This is probably an adjective because its emperors are something, or emperors have been something. I mean, if these are verbs, then this might not be an adjectives. I mean, if it's like a my knowledge of like language is not strong enough to, but because obviously are and been are verbs, but like if you say emperors are something or emperors were something, then you're going to have an adjective there because it's describing what the emperors were. But if it's emperors ruled something, then you're going to have like nouns or something here. Okay, so I'm going to assume this is emperors are, and then an adjective, and then maybe this little comma dot thing indicates that the word is an adjective. Is my guess. Orange would be interesting. Warm, blessing, warm. I think, and this is again slight context because we're talking about the loop of the empire, which we don't fully understand yet. But also, I think this might be eternal. So I think that the idea of an imperial loop happening, which hopefully we get more context and information about, leads into that. But part of me also thinks, and I do kind of think of this just purely on aesthetics, that these symbols are like emphasizers. You know, like when you write something and then you write like 4 exclamation marks, you're like, ah. I think words with like these things after them might be like very, very much that thing. So I think like if this is to do with like time or something, it might be eternal. Blessing might be wrong as well. I may revisit blessing right now actually. So I'm going to go for eternal and see, just pop that in there. Emperors are eternal. That will do for now. Gods are eternal, surely, I'm going to say, and see what happens. Gods are eternal. Gods are eternal, surely, but nothing else. And then 6 will be someone lived out here. They irrigated the land, prayed. Here, in the eye of the cyclones. Some kind of hermit. There's an inscription on the rock, baby! There's something carved into the rock here. Oh my god, it's carved. This is the end of a line of text. Okay, so it's not... So we've got the... So another thing we've noticed, if you've got this little like jaggedy edge, it means it's been cut off. So we've seen one before that is just cut off on both ends, so it's just a little snippet of a larger text. And this one is the end, as she said. So... water. And I think the of might go in there as well, but the of might be part of this word. So let's put water in. We feel reasonably confident about water. Oh, we can put of in. Nice. This will be great. This will be really good if we get both of these. That's the word for water. Short and simple. Almost a pictogram. Boom. And that little tick mark is definitely of. That's good. Having a word like of, really useful. Because hopefully we'll get a lot of... well... having little connecty phrases and words will help us have a feel for like the whole sentence and the whole phrase and things. So that's good. So water of probably life because it's about irrigation. Water of life. I think that's correct. Remark. I can barely see the rivers above. Yet there's something here. Have a little look. Is that an inscription? Which makes me wonder. What else is out here? Waiting to be found. Mistress, please. We should not linger. If anything were to go wrong out here, we would never be found. That's the shrine. Look, he's always trying to get me back on the ship, and I like want to know. I want to find stuff. Someone will come looking for us. We're out here looking for Janiki, aren't we? Janiki is Miuri's friend. Are you? Honestly, I have no idea. Okay, so that's just cracks in the rock. That's not an inscription. No way through here. Right, we're going back through the house. No, it had once been open enough. Wooden beams? What you got to say about that? You know, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. There can't have been many trees here to use. So the wood must have been brought in. A carving. Go on. There's something carved above the door. Yes, an inscription. I'm gonna have to do something about this controller. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, we already said that was life. Oh, no, it's very different. Ah, okay. Okay, here we go. This is an interesting one because these symbols are basically the same except for their little starter marker. And we just talked about maybe the starter marker contextualizes the word in terms of what kind of a word it is. So if this is life, maybe this is live. And it was water of life. I feel at the good end of confident, not 100%, but because it was talking about irrigation and we were saying about how hard it was to find water out here and stuff like that. And yeah, okay, let's do that. This less so. We think that was and. We had I think we made a symbol for eternal, which we haven't confirmed, but it had like time in it. So if this is time, like time and time, blessing. Is this like live, love, laugh? But like the classic thing is to have live, love, laugh above like a door frame. Oh God. Again, like time and might mean again, blessing and live again in the loop. I'm gonna go for again. If this is time, if this is a time marker, I'm gonna review our previous things. Does blessing live again make sense? Some kind of blessing, maybe? What do you think, Six? Remark. So iolite crystals from the site of Rembar's cache must have been mined during the Empire period to make things like the brooch Rembar found. There might be some evidence of that work left, or some artifacts from connected sites. Right, I'm going back to inscriptions. Lintel, that was the phrase I was thinking of, like door frame. Lintel is the phrase. Let's go to and the dry channel water of life. This one. This is the one with the olive. Emperors are eternal. That was in the shrine. So this is when I thought maybe time. We've got this thing here, which we thought, yeah, okay. So let's go find blessing and see why we thought that was blessing. Here we go. Blessing pilgrims together. Okay, maybe it's all pilgrims together. And that still works with our idea that this is an emphasizer. It's like sort of encompassing everybody. And then that could be time all, like all time. Let's do with that. That might make more sense. Pilgrims together. We know this is of, so it's a symbol that contains of. All pilgrims of. Do we know this is pilgrims? Could be soldiers. Don't think it's of the emperors. So this, yeah, this is like a possessive type phrase. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it together for now. Okay, is that the entirety of this symbol so far? I think it is. Other than the one we just had. So if this was all, so like a collection, like the biggest possible collection, I'm guessing. So if like circle is like a collection, and then the emphasizer is like the most extreme version of that. So like the biggest collection, all. What if we found so we have a circle here that's just by itself. And again, this one here is like time all. So it's about time. It's a collection of time that's the most extreme. It's eternal, all time. This one, if we're going by our thoughts, it's like it's an adjective. Not sure about that. It's a collective thing. And then what does that mean? I wonder. So I don't think it's going to be this, because I think a possessive would have the of, maybe. If it was robots, it would be of robots. Because this is an apostrophe robots. It'd be of robots, maybe. Yeah. We'll keep an eye out for this triangle thing. I think I'm onto something. Okay, what I want to do is I want to go back through the house. But let's go to keep an eye out on the things we've been learning. Okay, so we thought about the mining of the iolite crystals that made the stuff we've been finding. Why are these different things? So these are the same point from the same location, but with different time frames? That's interesting. Right, what else have we found? So these three things are things we just found. Okay, that's fine. And what else have we found while we're here? So the stone for the statue. And okay, artifacts, purple robe. Okay, we'll try. There's a lot going on. I'm not keeping track of all of it. Luckily, we've got some locations to go to. Let's take another look inside. Yes, because I want to go right the way through, because I want to go out the back or the front or whatever it was. We haven't been through here yet. It may be possible to go through here. Okay, I think it is impossible to go through here. Oh, can we go through here? Oh, maybe we did look at all this. Maybe we did look at all this. Okay, my mistake. I could slip through here. Oh, okay. I could slip through here. 6. I cannot, mistress. All right, I'll be right back. What's the worst that could happen? Get your 2D self through that door.
In the yard behind the house, there were tools. Plots of earth, washing hung out to dry. It was like the owner had slipped inside for a quick rucker before they came back to chop more wood. Someone had been building a life on this miserable rock.
Yeah, I wonder who or how many. Do you think, so there was a bed upstairs and there's a bed downstairs. Do you think it's the same person as they aged or got sick? Because we talked about how the bed downstairs was for someone who was too ill or too old, too weak to get back upstairs again. Do you think it's the same person, or do you think there were more than one person here? I'm also going to ask, what do you think of 6? I mean, I don't know how you're going to answer this. I mean, if you are going to answer this, just be discreet if you know certain things. I'm kind of... My 6 voice is trying to be a little bit cold and aloof. That's not necessarily his deal. He could just be just a very robotic person. We don't know much about robots yet in this world. But I am slightly suspicious of 6. Like, I don't know what 6's motives are. He seems more aligned to Miari. Not Miari. Miari than us. So I'm sort of trying to stay independent, make my own decisions. Hence, we go out here, we leave 6 behind. We actually get a chance to think without his interruptions. I don't know. Bone dry. Naturally. Yeah. Let's go down here. Some kind of marker. Definitely isn't natural. Something hanging. Yeah, something here. A necklace. All good. Nice. What are these things? They're like shells to me. Flat beads. Ceramic? I'm not sure. In the pocket it goes. Ancient wood. The sticks are all but petrified. It can't even rot out here. But there's something cut into it. An inscription? Ooh. Ah, shit. This one is several words. Okay. We're thought of. So, okay. I was going to say this is of, but with, I guess, sort of similar. It's like the French de, isn't it? It's sort of it does both things. So let's shove that in. We know that to be true. In is kind of an of place, isn't it? It's kind of a place. Again, at this point in time, we cannot change our mind as to what these things are. We have to just try them. Oh, maybe we have to take with out. There we go. Do we feel happy about that? Oh, and is. This is our to be verb, right? Let's see how she feels about this. I'm certain my translation for be is right now. Okay, this is our be, is, are. And in must be right too. Excellent, excellent. We've got in, we've got is, and we've got of / with. Okay, so we're looking at a wooden marker thing. What is it going to be saying? Be something in something. So like be joyful in death. It looks like a grave, doesn't it? So contextually, let's say grave. It's similar to life, but kind of maybe this is a negator. Maybe that's more of a positive thing. So yeah, okay, I like this. It's like death, but opposite. This is very different to things we've seen before. Okay, if we're going with this adjective, which makes sense, be something in death. Not holy. I don't think we've seen this before. Oh no. Right, that's my... Alright, sorry. My shopping delivery came earlier than the window. But we're fine. We're going to be fine. What the hell are we talking about? Oh yeah, so there was like possibly a grave marker and we were like, be something in death. We don't know what it is. We're sticking with adjective for this thing. Maybe we'll have a little check about that. See how well that stands up, my little adjective hypothesis. Not said. Not greet. Let's go with joyful because I like it more than silent, but with a big question mark over it, like 30% confident. Be joyful in death. This is a grave. Cool. Who am I talking to? Question to myself. I wonder if whoever dug that grave believed in the loop, like they do on Iox. The Loopists say that to be reborn, a soul must return to the rivers. Burying someone prevents them from coming back. It's the worst thing you can do to your enemies. It's the worst thing you can do to your enemies. Okay, a little quick look at this, just for the... I'm just looking for the... this marker here. So let's... Where's our latest adjective? Adjective. This one? Yep, that's an adjective. Treasures of... it's not though, is it? No, it is an adjective. No, yeah, it's... Yes, it is an adjective. Oh, this is kind of one of those loops, isn't it? But with a dot in it. It's like, so the one we've labelled as joyful is like, has no dot. It's got one of those. I think it's got the little adjective marker. And then it's got like a person with some arrows coming out of his head. By person, I mean one of these things. Another adjective. I want like a simpler one, to be honest. Not a great big bloody long one. Yeah, let's try that one. Holy. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm not gonna linger on this for now. I'm just gonna say for now it seems to be adjective. So what do we think this this comma is? Starting with here. So this is confirmed. Emperor. So it's like something. What do we think this? What do we think the dot is? It's like linking. It's like is it linking two ideas? Is this word, like these words, kind of like what do we call them? Compound words, like German words, where you just like smash words together to create a word of greater meaning. So we've got a comma here on emperor. This is a very long one. Empress, yeah, that's the same word. Okay, yeah. Comma here. This is water. Maybe it's a noun. This is holy water, I think. Now we've got the double comma here, which we've put as drink because it's basically water but modified. So is it like of the water? Is it like a derivative of the water? We don't know if this is drink the noun or drink the action yet. So maybe it's an action. Maybe it's a verb. What have we got here? That's a bit more complicated than I'd like, but we've got the negator thing actually. So this is like verb or derivative of the noun thing. So, and then we've got a colon. That's too complicated. That's a lot going on there. In or at. Adjective. Verb. Does it make it an adverb? I don't know, because this isn't a verb. This is, we think. So it's like place of holy people, right? Palace. We think this might be place. I say we. Once again, I'm dragging you into all this idea. And this is like not. Death. Right? We thought this was death. This is the symbol. This is the not live symbol that we hypothesized this was live, and we were life, to live, to die. She said the words withering out loud, and we put withering on the map. So maybe it's to kind of fall to death, like this down. This thing here is like to descend to death, to wither. Okay, all right. That's enough exploring of the language for now. I hope you enjoy the exploring of the language, because I spent a lot of time on this episode. Like, we haven't done much in terms of moving around, but we have explored the language a lot. I'm going to look at the garden beds, and then I'm going to end the episode, because we are for time. Garden beds. Something must have been able to grow here once, though I can't see how. Well, the irrigation. So someone died here, and someone else buried them. That is a good point, but not Rembar. The wood is far older than that. Okay, we were talking about like one person or two people. But yeah. Or one person or many people. And we sort of confirmed, yes, more than one person was here. We don't know if that answers the question about the same person being on the inside, like upstairs and downstairs, or not. So who's buried here? The hermit who owned the place first, perhaps? Before it was taken from them? Okay. Let's end the episode right here. In the next episode, we'll pick up and we will, I think, leave here. Go back to Miari and show her what we found. Hopefully she'll be less pissed at us than she was last time. Thanks very much for watching. Yeah, if you're enjoying this, let me know. If you're enjoying getting stuck into like the languagey stuff, do let me know, because I have spent a long time with it and I do enjoy it. I am enjoying picking apart the languagey things. I might be running all over the place. I don't want help. No, I don't want your help deciphering the language. I'm enjoying getting there myself. So, you know, I don't want my comments to be become somewhere I can't look at. I know I don't get very many comments, so it's not, you know, but I don't want to become scared of them. So yeah, so that's something to bear in mind. But see you for now. Hopefully back in the next episode, we're going to be moving on from this area, and I'm sure be seeing many more inscriptions of different kinds in the next episode. So bye-bye for now.